to 6 for 60, episode 7. And I'm going to share with you 6 things that I love about Star Trek in honor of their 60th anniversary this year in 2026. So, for the month of February, I've been doing the theme love, and today I would like to talk about overwhelming love. So, number 1 and number 2, I'm going to kind of roll those together because I've mentioned them before. So, the first one is TOS Season 1, Episode 24, This Side of Paradise. That's the one where the flowers make Spock lose his inhibitions, makes everybody lose their inhibitions, and they're just in love and relaxing and living life. And the second one is Elon of Troyes. That is season 3, episode 13, where a diplomat they're transporting, her tears have the power to make men fall in love with her. And in both of these episodes, what saves them is Kirk's love of the Enterprise, his overwhelming love. He loves that more than anything in the entire world, in the universe. And in both of these episodes, his overwhelming love of the Enterprise saves everyone. So don't want to talk too much about those because I've talked about those episodes a lot. So 3 of my 6 for 60 is in Star Trek The Motion Picture, which I know a lot of people weren't thrilled about, but I loved it. And it's Decker and Lieutenant Ilia. So they had been a couple when they were at the academy, I believe, and they went their separate ways, and now they're reunited in this very stressful situation. They're going out to meet this, huge cloud. It's something coming that's destroying things, and they need to find out what's going on. So the probe, which we later find out is V'ger, an ancient probe from Earth that has been reconfigured and has achieved some level of sentience, but not real sentience. That's something we can talk about another day. It's going to complete its mission, and its mission is to get to the Creator and give it all of the information it has collected as it traveled through the galaxy. And in doing this, it has taken over the body of Lieutenant Decker. Of Lieutenant Ilia. And at the end, in order to save Earth and also to be reunited with Ilia, Decker gives up his life and he merges with Ilia and the V'ger probe. So I think that was extremely moving that he chose to give his life to save everyone and also be reunited with the woman that he loves. 4, and some of you might be thinking, where's the overwhelming part here? But it's really these last 3 that just get to me every time I watch them. So it's DS9, Season 4, Episode 6, Rejoined, where Dax is ready to end her life, essentially, to be reunited with one of her previous spouses. So if you're not familiar with DS9 or the character Dax, they are 2-part entities. So there is a symbiote, kind of a blobby looking thing that lives inside of a host. So the host personality and the symbiote personality blend to create an entirely new being. And because there is the goal supposedly is to enrich the life of the symbiote. So to have new experiences and learn new things and live. So they have a taboo against reassociation, meaning you're not supposed to be able to continue relationships that you had with a previous host. So Dax has run into her previous spouse, and that spouse is in a new body as well. But she is willing to, and the penalty for reassociation is no more hosts. That will just be the end of the life of the symbiote. And in this particular situation, Dax, the symbiote, and Jadzia, the host, Jadzia is going to live out her natural life, so that's not a problem. But the symbiote is willing to make it their last joining to essentially give up their all future lives and experiences to be reunited with this spouse. So to me, that's just amazing, an overwhelming amount of love that they would be willing to go against all Trill teachings, all of their history. It almost borders on religion, just all of their beliefs, everything. Give it all up, throw it all away to be rejoined with that spouse. Unfortunately, spouse didn't feel that way and ran off and went back home. So poor Dax. I mean, she had a very, or it had a very hard time on DS9. Okay, so number 5, it's another DS9 episode. To really, it's season 7, episode 17, Penumbra, and season 7, episode 18, Till Death Do Us Part. And in both of these episodes, the prophets, mainly his mother appearing as his mother, tell Cisco that if he marries Cassidy Yates, that he will have nothing but trouble and heartache and torture and turmoil for the rest of his existence. And knowing that, he marries her anyway. And again, if you're not familiar with the show, these wormhole aliens, these prophets, these Bajoran gods have a non-linear existence. So they can kind of see all time as it's happening. And when his mother appears to him, she says, "We can't change this. We can't help you. There is no way out. This is what we see for your future. If you marry her, it will be nothing but heartache and torture and pain." And he says, "You know what? I'm good with that because that is how much I love her." Wow. That is some overwhelming amount of love. And they have changed history. You know, they can move freely through time. So for them to say, "We can't help you if you go down this path," that's some heavy stuff. So, but he chose her anyway. So I just think that is absolutely amazing and overwhelming love. And my final one, which just blows my mind, again, is DS9, where Worf chooses Dax. See, she does find love. It finds love over ending or potentially ending the Dominion War. So this is season 6, episode 16, Change of Heart, where he and Dax have been sent on a mission. They were just supposed to collect a little bit of information to make contact with a spy in the Dominion ranks. But when they contact the person, they say, "No, I've got this information. I think people have caught on to me. I need to get out right now." So they go to the rendezvous spot and Jadzia gets injured. So she's bleeding out in the forest and Worf is trying to complete his mission. So for Worf, this is one, his Klingon honor, his Federation honor and duty and loyalty, that he needs to complete this mission. And he knows, and this is one of the reasons why he married Jadzia, is that he respects her as an officer, as a warrior. And so he knows it would not be, I don't say it wouldn't be a bad thing, but that she's prepared to die in the line of duty. So they know this going in, but then, you know, he's running through the forest. You think he's going to go and collect the spy, and then he's back and he scoops her up and goes back to the runabout and takes her back to DS9 to get medical treatment, because otherwise she's going to die. And of course, you know, Cisco has to chew him out. There's an official reprimand in his folder. They're not allowed to serve together like that on any kind of high profile missions like that anymore. Cisco even kind of hints that, hey, this might have killed your chances of ever getting your own ship or being a captain or moving forward at all. And Worf is like, that's fine. That's perfectly okay. And then Cisco reassures him, saying that if Jennifer, his first wife, had been in that situation, he would have made the same decision. So again, you can't get more love than saying, Alpha Quadrant, you on your own, because I'm going to go save my wife. That is some overwhelming love. And so I just think all of those episodes to me, and it's not just, all mushy. There's fights and drama and other sorts of good things and strategy and war updates going in most of those episodes that I mentioned. So don't think it's going to be like you got to sit down and have a romantic evening to watch any of those episodes, but just know that you should be moved by all of the overwhelming love in those episodes. And then I'm going to throw in one bonus for you. It's not romantic love, but to me, it feels like overwhelming love. And that is in Wrath of Khan. And, I've talked about it in a couple of episodes before, where Spock saves the Enterprise knowing that he's going to die. And Kirk has to stand there and watch him die. And to me, just the amount of love expressed between the two of them in that moment is just a special thing for me. So I think we might have mentioned it before. It may or may not be well known to folks that there are actually lyrics to the original series theme song. And I worked up enough nerve to sing it. So that will be here at the end of this episode. I thought it was appropriate at the end of this episode. But also in the comments, I have included a link to a really nice version of it in case you want to hear someone else sing it other than me. So that is my 6 for 60 overwhelming love in the Star Trek universe. Let me know your 6. If you have 6, what do you think about the ones that I picked? Let me know what you think about some of the actions of some of the characters, because do you think Worf should have left Jadzia to die? Of course I don't. With my point number 4 in Rejoined, I was watching today some DS9 episodes, and it dawned on me, why are you allowed to reassociate with friends but not loved ones? Because if they were really following strict rules, Jadzia shouldn't have been able to serve under Ben Sisko. They should not have been allowed to continue to hang around and pal around and do all the things they did together when when Dax was Curzon. But apparently that's okay if you're just friends. But if there was a romantic relationship, now you can't associate with those people. So let's discuss that in the comments. Do you think that's a fair line to draw? I would, based on the divorce rate, I would say that you probably have a closer relationship with a lot of friends, more so than spouses sometimes. So that's just an interesting point. But anyway, I've rambled enough. I hope that you all have enjoyed. Thank you for taking a minute to watch with me. Live long and prosper, dear friends. Beyond the rim of the starlight, my love is wandering in starflight. I know he'll find in star-clustered regions love, strange love a star woman teaches. I know his journey ends never. His Star Trek will go on forever. But tell him while he wanders his starry sea, remember me.